Self advertisements. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Okay, so hey everyone, this is Quickman doing a video thing again. Okay, so technically I didn't go to I didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con today. I'm making this video mainly for one point, but I want to do some shameless thing out of the way because I had some fun with what I did. So, shameless plug, like I said before, this was the YouTube fan lounge that they were having, and I went down there, and the channels that were there were Black Box, Nerdiest, Geek and Sundry, Stanley's World of Heroes, Machinima Prime, and I don't know why I paused there, and H plus the digital series. And what was really cool is that if you subscribe to 3 of the channels, and there's a little, those 3 dots for getting the 3 channels, you get YouTube Socks. I don't know, I thought it was very interesting to get YouTube Socks. I mean, come on. YouTube. But besides that, I'll leave that out of the way. But when I was there, I went over to the Nerdiest booth, area, just having some fun, enjoying myself, and then I saw an arcade machine for a game I really don't like. I really hate it, and I think it was called Big Buck HD. I don't like those hunter games. I think the hunter games are really stupid to me. I mean, people who like them, that's fine. I don't. I'm not a person who likes to shoot animals, regardless if it's a game, you know, a game about shooting animals, oh, whatever. And his name was Sean. Can I pronounce his last name? I think it's like, how do I pronounce it? I'll probably put his last name on my screen or something, and I'll try to pronounce it. Carvar. Oh, wow, whatever. I'm bad with freaking trying to do new words. And he did a video himself, and you know, I had a lot of fun. All that stuff. I'm hoping to see that up because I really didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, I was just screwing around having fun, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm recording. Smiles at the camera. I was like, oh, hi! So when I'm not in control, it's kind of indifferent, and I'm weird in public, so expect that. But besides that, he was really cool to meet, awesome to talk to, liked a lot of stuff we talked about after we played the game and had some fun. But besides that, after getting all of that out of the way, I want to talk about something first before I get into the other section. First things first is I did not officially go to Comic-Con, yeah, San Diego Comic-Con. I do not have a ticket, and I was hoping to go, but complications happened. Someone else already got my ticket from my friend, and you know, I didn't get to go. Personally, you know, I'm not. It's fine. I mean, really, I don't know what I'll be doing too much about it. I'm just hoping this camera can see me very well. I wasn't expecting too much to go to it, per se. I was more about just meeting someone in general, but I walked around for a bit and you know, met this person at the YouTube lounge because I didn't know what I was doing and having some fun. And then we went to this, what do you call it? Restaurant place. I forgot the name of it because there was all these plastered stuff all over their walls, and I was really curious about it because it looked really cool, and I mean, coming from sci-fi, and for the past year, sci-fi tends to not have too many good, I mean, don't get me wrong, sci-fi has some good shows on there and some good movies, but sometimes they don't hit the mark for me. But recently, there was apparently a new show that's coming out called Defiance. I had no idea about the show actually at all, and I've always been late with stuff. I've been so behind on TV shows, it makes me so sad. But it looks like it's this sort of, how do you explain this? Looks like it's a show about defenders of aliens or something like that. I can't really tell what the show is about. I've never seen it, haven't seen the trailer. I should have watched the trailer before I started this, but personally I think it's better for me to try and do a video without me watching it right now. But I have no idea what the story is about or who the characters are, and I'm still learning to understand it. But when we walked in, I noticed that there is a video game trailer for it, and it talked about, you know, watch the show, play the game, be a part of the adventure or something. I forget the full tagline, but that's what it was. And I was just like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then I looked over, and some of the booths area for the restaurant had TVs and a controller and a way to test the game. And me being a journalist and well, not yet, but I'm trying to be one, I really wanted to get into this as quickly as possible. Now obviously maybe a lot of journalists already got their hands on it. I am fine with that. I'm not a person who's all about first. I'm more about what I want, you know, my opinions and what my thought is. So the thing that really sucks about this, I didn't bring my camera. I was not expecting to go into an area like this, because the reason why is I met a nice guy named Patrick. I have his card. Patrick Cavender. He's a senior technical artist. He gave me his business card, and I went to talk to him for a bit and asked him a few questions about stuff. Now, again, I didn't bring my camera, and I wish I did, because some of the things he answered is probably best if he answered it himself. However, because I talked to them, and I'm hoping he would remember me, I don't know, it all depends, I'm actually going to send him an email. Maybe, I can't promise, maybe I could actually do a Skype call with him and actually do a little interview through Skype or something and post on my channel or something. I mean, Skype calls are usually not that good to use. It's always better to, you know, do it in video, but I don't know if I don't know if I'll see him again. I don't know if I'll be able to ask him the same questions I remember before. I don't know anything. So I'm just going to see what I can do with talking to him. But first, I want to talk about my experience with this game before I talk about the questions I asked the guy, Patrick Cavet. I'm terrible when last names are like that. But to Patrick. So I sat down and started you know, picking up the Xbox controller, and I was like, okay, let's see first. Let's figure out what the controls is. So I was trying to figure out the controls a little bit, and pretty much, now I don't know if these are exactly going to be the same thing for the controller, but this is what the controls were. So pretty much, think of Call of Duty on a third-person shooter. So movement, looking, sprint, melee, crouching, change weapons, reload, jump, grenade, special power, aim down sights, fire. I didn't know what the D-pad does, but I think that's for waypoints or something. And then the back button, I think, brings up the map. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. So those are the controls for it. So I started to walk around and started to understand it, and then all of a sudden the screen started going dark, and it said, like, you know, oh, you have 20 or 30 minutes, blah, 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 to do something. And I didn't know what was going on, so I was like, okay. I looked around for a bit and was looking at the graphical engine and the detail, and I was very impressed with what it looked like. This game is kind of like an open world environment, you know, kind of like if you think of Borderlands or Fallout 3, you know, where it's this giant open world type of situation. But what I was very impressed with is how smooth it was. It was very smooth on the turning. It was very fluid. The graphics didn't jitter, so it wasn't like, you know, it took a second to load up like the detail of the grass or something in the distance. It was like done. It was already loaded up and everything. And that was pretty cool to use. And then I noticed that on my HUD, there was these two like blue dots moving around, and it looks like they're being shot at. And then in my top left corner, there was these two other bars of health. And for a second I thought, oh, these must be AI or something. So I started going to that distance, and then I found out that the other booths that were playing the game are players connected to me. And then I found out that this is going to be a MMO based off of a TV series called Defiance. A lot of things went through my head, but at the same time, none of them were really negative. I thought of a lot of the negative things, but at the same time, I was like, well, if you think about it, you know, nothing is truly negative until it's out. And so I looked at it a little bit, because it was this MMO thing, and I was just like, okay, this is, this is a lot of fun. It feels like a standard third-person shooter game with RPG elements. So it's really, in my opinion, it's really hard to hit the market with this one. But I gotta say though that this game has a lot of uniqueness to it. It looks very beautifully well done. It has customability and pretty much anything an MMO has. So that was pretty cool. After I had my experience with this, I saw a bunch of guys in t-shirts, and I was like, oh, those must be the developers, I hope, because I wasn't too sure. So I walked over to one of them, shook his hand and said, hello, are you one of the people there? And he's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And that's where I met Patrick. And I asked him a bunch of questions, and like I said, I don't remember all of them, but some of the things I remember is, it's going to be an MMO. It's going to have cutscenes, full in-game rendered cutscenes. And what's cool is, if I heard him correctly, because this is going by the top of my head, so don't take this by fact. There's going to be cutscenes. You can skip them, and I think that there's an option where if you talk to them, you can just get the quest line without even having the cutscene at all. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be a gigantic world, and I saw the map, and it was like holy moly, it's huge. So that was, and having huge matches is cool. There's going to be random events like the one I told you, plus the missions. You can have a group of people in a squad or whatever and play with your friends and everything. But then I think he told me that you'll see other people, but I think he said you can walk through them or shoot through them, and they don't necessarily affect you because you are playing with your friends in your own squad, but you're still on the same server basically as them, or something like that. I may be mistaken. And there's also going to be P2P stuff where people can shoot you, and every MMO has to have P2P. Personally, I don't care about it, but they can do what they want. So I'm trying to remember what else they had. It's going to be released around the same time as the TV show, and the TV show comes out, and I think the game comes out around April. I talked about, what's going on with a lot of things, and he says, well, a lot of that is marketing, so he couldn't answer me, sadly, and that's fine. One thing I was asking about was about what do they have with pre-ordering, is there any incentives, is there going to be a collector's edition for anyone who wants it. I don't know, he couldn't answer that, and that's totally understandable, because, he's one guy out of an entire team, and so not everyone, knows the same message, and that's fine with me. What else is there? It's really hard to explain, because a lot of it I kind of don't remember all the way through, and a lot of it is stuff I think I remember, but I could be wrong type of situation. I don't know. But besides that, when I played this game Defiance, I gotta say, it was enjoyable, it was fun, and it was, I can't wait to actually pick this up, actually, myself. What's really cool, though, is it will be on PC, Xbox 360, and the PlayStation 3. Now, the first thing that I had to question was, is this subscription-based? And what he told me, I don't remember 100% of what he explained, but I do know that he told me that when you buy the game, you can play the game out of the box. Meaning, you can play the game to its extent, what's on the disc, without any restrictions. However, if you want, they don't force you, but it's kind of, if you want to, there is a subscription monthly fee, kind of like an MMO, that has you have access, I think, to bonus materials and to any expansions or DLC, whatever word he used, I think for free as long as you're a subscription. And if you're a subscription for like a long time, you get bonuses stuff. Or that's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I remembered. And that's cool. That's good. That's really good. If it was PC only, I would have been fine with having, you had to have a subscription to pay for it. You have EVE Online, you have World of Warcraft, you have, I think it still exists, EverQuest 2. I'm fine with the idea of subscription depending on how it's treated. That's just my opinion. But I think it's great that you can buy the game and not be hindered because, oh, you must have a $20 or $30 a month account, payment or something. And he didn't tell me how much it's going to pay for because, that's marketing. So we'll figure out what that is in a later date. That's all I can really remember. But what's cool is majority of the characters that you meet in the game to get your missions, your quest lines, basically. They're going to be motion capped by the actors and voiced by the actors from the same show. So that was very impressive that they could have grabbed. Most games based off TV shows and or movies tend to suck. And that was something I wanted to point out, is that they've been, I mean, I may be misinterpreting what he told me, but he told me that this game has kind of been in development for about 3 years, I think. And so, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens, things change, things do stuff. And I'm trying to remember what I was going on with that. Oh, some companies tend to make games based off movies or something, and the releases that they release, and they usually are shit. And I'm not saying this is. I had a lot of fun with it. I saw no problems with it. I enjoyed every second of it. I blew people up. I got new weapons, even though I had no access to a lot of the options because it's still pre-built. This was enjoyable. You know, this was great. In my opinion. This is just me. You know, everyone has their own differences of what they like and don't like. But, you know, I really hope this succeeds. Because, you know, there's been always that bad rap where every time there's a game based off of a big blockbuster movie, it usually sucks. And I really have to agree that happens. And the reason that happens is because some companies try to go for a quick buck. Because they're like, oh, because if they watch the movie, they'll play the game. And you shouldn't really do that. But this game is fun. And I think it coincides, but not with the TV show. I wasn't too sure about that. I didn't ask him about that. But that was really cool, though. That's really cool to do something. So they're working on it very deeply. I think they're talking to the company in Sci-Fi who's made it. And I gotta say, this game looks amazing, even though I've never seen a trailer for the TV show. I don't even know if there is a trailer for a TV show. I gotta say, this is perfect. I gotta say, I loved it. I was really happy with the demo. I had a lot of fun. Usually I don't go for demos too much, but I was like, you know what? Never seen the game, never heard of it, didn't hear a damn word about it on any of the websites to my knowledge. So I thought, why not? Hell not. So I don't know. So I went in completely blind, not knowing what I was going for, and I was satisfied for what it was. Now, sure, it's an MMO, and I'm usually not a fan of MMOs, but I think this game is going to keep me up to date pretty well. So that was a lot of fun. That's my videos. That's the best thing I can. Now, I didn't go to Comic-Con. I'm not actually going to Comic-Con. I will be going to the center area, but I can't go inside per se unless my friend gives me a pass when he's done. So I technically won't be going inside, so I'm not doing like a day video like I did with, you know, with Phoenix Comic-Con. But, you know, hey, there's always next year. There's always another time. And plus, with what I do, I'll be forced to go there anyways. So, I think that's all I can really talk about. I'm going to actually email Patrick right now and see if I can actually see what happens. I mean, he works for this company. He's the senior technical artist, you know, so he might be really busy. He may, you know, be very busy with work. He may not have time. There may be, you know, certain information he can't do. You know, and also I think he has to actually talk to the company about this, because even though I'm not a journalist and I don't get paid for what I do, I think they still have to go through with the whole marketing team and everything. I think they have to go through that before I can talk to him on phone or interview him. I'm not too sure. I'll figure it out once I email him and all that other stuff. So, the company that makes it is Try On Worlds. That's the company that is making this game, and I don't know what company is making the show, but it's being produced for Sci-Fi. So, that's all I can say. So, Defiance game, great, awesome. I can't wait to see it. Let's just hope nothing quirks happens or something like that. I don't know. But this is perfect. This is amazing. Never seen the show, but this gets me actually, I'm not going to lie, this gets me pumped for the show. And this is, you know, pre-built game. And so I'm really pumped. Have at it. You know, let's do it. You know, what am I doing anymore? I need to end this video right now. So, that's the end of it. I'm really happy to at least meet someone like Patrick. Even though I'm still in the beginning stages of being a video gamer journalist, I gotta say, this was amazing. I had a lot of fun. I was happy I went there, happy to meet this guy, and yeah, you know, I hope to talk to them through email or through Skype or something like that, because I definitely want to play this game. It looks a lot of fun, it looks great, whatever. Sorry I didn't bring my camera, because I would have definitely recorded me playing the game and interviewing the guy. But I didn't think about it because I wasn't going to the convention center. So, I guess that is it. That is everything that's on my mind, something. So, you guys have a great day. Take care.